What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Across the Pond. Sorry, I'm already butchering this intro. Where two American boys talk about the worldwide world of soccer/football. I am the host, Richard Dio, joined by the man with the noggin, Jacob Bullard. Welcome, Jacob. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Doing okay?
I'm trying to contain my excitement from my team beating your team.
Anyways,
handily.
If you're new to Across the Pond, where two American boys talk about the worldwide world of soccer/football, it's where we talk about the match day weekends of the Premier League and then some bigger European games, which we kind of forgot to preview last week, but we're going to review it this week. And also, sometimes we get into other topics, but mostly just English Premier League. And that's pretty much it.
Si, senor.
Hit that heart button, baby. Or the like button, whatever. Let's do this.
Whatever the button is.
Yeah, whatever the button is, because we're on several different medias. So
hit that
let's
button.
get it. Are you ready, young man?
What were you going to say?
Gentleman. I was going to say gentle.
Yeah.
Are you ready, gentleman?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's start. Match day 12. Right?
Yes.
Premier League. Cardiff versus Brighton. Cardiff won 2-1 with a goal opening up by Brighton in the 6th minute by Lewis Dunk, followed by a goal by Cardiff in the 20th minute by Callum Patterson, and then a red card after that by Dale Stevens, and then a goal which clinched the 3 points for Cardiff City by Sol Bamba.
Come on, everybody, baby, do that Bamba.
There was a song that you were probably gonna sing though. Yes, I got it out of you, so it doesn't matter. Oh, all right. Oh, Cardiff possessed the ball 61% of the time to Brighton's 39. 20 shots with 6 on target for Cardiff, and 7 with 3 on target for Brighton. I did not pick the winning team in this match.
Yeah, because you suck. I had Cardiff all the way. My boys in white.
They were in blue actually that day.
Were they really? Were Brighton the ones in white?
Brighton
wasn't
were
this a home game for? This is a home game for Cardiff.
Yeah.
Oh, they were wearing blue. I thought their home jerseys were white.
That is incorrect.
Oh. Okay.
Well, anyways, Cardiff won. Lewis Dunk, another goal for him the last 2 weeks. He's somewhat in form, but probably not defensively, obviously, because they gave up 2 goals. Callum Wilson, just a big physical presence. He's starting to be a guy.
How about Callum Patterson?
Oh, Callum Patterson was Jesus.
Not Callum Wilson.
My bad.
Transfer.
It's a transfer by Rodeo here. Sorry. Callum Patterson. I believe he was from Hearts when he was. I think he's Scottish. I'm not too sure. But anyways, yeah, he's starting to become a guy that's scoring goals for them, which is
what they need.
Yeah, they need,
because they're down by the bottom of the table.
It's either him or like Murphy, but Pumba showed up this week, so
Bamba.
I don't remember how they scored that last goal. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head.
Wasn't this the one where it was like
bounced
around
just
everywhere?
Straight chaos? Yeah. It was the most straight
like
FIFA
hit the
goal.
Post, hit. Then the second
off
guy
a throw
shot
in.
it.
Off a
hit it
throw in.
off a long throw. Yeah, it was
Or
a long throw.
yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Someone hit the post. It deflected. Someone took another shot. It hit someone. Hit a dude. Hit the crossbar. Came back out, and then that guy scored. And then Bamba scored. Oh, and there was a bicycle kick in there too, because the first shot was a bicycle kick.
Yeah.
That hit the post.
So
It was crazy.
Pulling out all those skills for that goal.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good win for Cardiff. Not so good of a win or a loss for Brighton, because this is where you want to gain points, or where you should be gaining points at, to guarantee your spot for next year, because that's what they're really playing for, unfortunately. But I think in this next week predictions, hopefully they're not. I don't know who they're playing yet, but we'll find out.
They're playing Everton. I have it written down.
Well, it's not looking good for Brighton.
It was, I think, in Brighton's defense, I think the red card was harsh.
Because you say he's nicked him, I get that, but he also has studs up, though.
He, literally just barely clipped him.
Okay, but he still has his studs up, so. Let's keep moving?
Yeah.
All right, we got Newcastle versus Bournemouth, with Newcastle winning 2-1.
Did not have this one.
I had this one.
So we're 1-1 right now.
Well, regardless, I've had Newcastle last 2 weeks. And their Lord and Savior, Solomon Orundon, scored in the 7th minute and the 39th minute. Almost had a hat trick in this game.
Should have had a hat trick.
And then Jefferson Lerma. It took me a while. I have him. I have
Words.
Yeah, Lerma. Sorry, geez. Scored in the 51th minute.
51. How about 51st?
51th. No, 51th.
51th minute.
Which was his first goal for Bournemouth, by the way. Just want to note
Well,
that.
he's like a defensive midfielder, so.
Well, regardless, it's still his first goal. It's kind of a big one for him. Bournemouth possessed the ball 61% of the time to Newcastle's 39. 18 shots with 6 on target for Newcastle with 14 and 4 on goal for Bournemouth. Can we say Newcastle's in form?
No, Newcastle shouldn't have won this game. Damn it. Sorry. I mean, like, Ibe should have scored. There was a couple other... Yeah, King should have scored. Bournemouth just didn't take their chances.
And also Newcastle should have had another goal by Rondon.
Rondon, yeah.
He
So, I
probably
mean, I
should have,
guess maybe they should have won this game because, like, if everyone... It would have been maybe, like, 3-2, 3-3-ish in favor of Newcastle, like, if everyone took their chances, I think. Or, like, their clear chances anyway. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, good for Newcastle, I guess, that they got some points, but because they definitely need that. Last week was their first win of the season, right, against Watford.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely need the points, but I don't really think that they played.
Did they even
fantastic.
move anywhere in the table at all?
Probably not. They might have moved off. They might have moved up once just because Huddersfield drew, but like Cardiff was above them, and Cardiff also won. So like I don't.
They're in 14th.
Newcastle in 14th.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, they are. There must have been a bunch of terrible teams on the bottom. Oh, that's because there are Palace, Southampton, Cardiff, Huddersfield. Yeah.
Wonders what a two wins in the row could do for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Third one will start to move them up even farther.
Getting up towards United if they get another one.
Shut up. Anyways, let's keep moving. Leicester City, Burnley. The boringest game of the week. 0-0. Nothing too special. Leicester possessed the ball 63% of the time to Burnley's 37. 22 with 5 on target for Leicester, with 6 with 1 on goal for Burnley. I've almost got the statistical things right with the possession. I predicted that Burnley was probably not going to possess the ball and they would want to have Leicester possess the ball more. But there was definitely chances where Leicester probably should have scored.
Leicester should have won this game. I had them winning only because I thought like the emotion of like this being their first home game since their owner passed away. Like I thought that would like kind of put them over the line. But yeah, they just couldn't take their chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from looking at this game, like I think it's not a good time for Burnley. I think they've had a rough couple weeks or 3 weeks, where they're just kind of just flat. Vokesie's not doing anything. Probably still leading in long balls, but that's the only first place trophy they're gonna get this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's keep moving, sir.
Yep.
All right, Southampton, Watford. Southampton won. Oh no, Southampton did not win. Southampton drew.
It's a moral victory.
Drew to Watford, and what I mean they should have won. Like what we're gonna go through after this. 1-1 draw, with a goal by Manolo. Manolo. Did I say that right? Manolo.
Yeah,
Manolo. Gabbiadini in the 20th minute. I think it was his first goal this year so far.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And then followed by Jose Halabas in the 82nd minute to draw the game. 42% possession to Southampton to Watford's 58. 14 shots with 4 on target for Southampton, with 12 with 6 on target for Watford. In the words of Charlie Austin.
The officials robbed us.
Oh, I forgot what he said, like the exact wording, but it's like, we should have the 3 points. We should going into international break and then coming back. Get ready for. I forgot who's playing. Who are they playing after this?
Fulham.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a questionable call. Obviously, VAR, like you said, and the most watched league in the world, probably would have called that a goal.
Yeah, there's been kind of a bad run of decisions made across the league over the last couple weeks.
Last 3 weeks, for sure.
Yeah. And there's another one that we'll get to coming up. But, yeah, I think like it's if they don't have it next year, I'm gonna be really surprised if they don't implement VAR next year. It's kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah, and I also think another like Southampton played pretty well to a Watford team that's kind of starting to have that struggling decline that started a couple weeks ago, which is continuing, like with the loss with last week with Newcastle. Struggle against the Southampton team that you should, like I said, you shouldn't be struggling against, especially with the players that they have.
Yeah, and they're like basically only out of the relegation, or like only not in the relegation zone on goal difference right now. So
Yeah,
like, they definitely Watford should have been able to handle them much better than they did.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, draw for Watford or for Southampton, and Watford. We'll see what happens if this form continues. We'll see. Let's keep moving.
Yep.
Huddersfield versus West Ham United. 1-1 draw with a goal by Alex Pritchard in the 6th minute, and a goal by Felipe Anderson in the 74th minute. 44% possession to Huddersfield, with West Ham leading with 56%. 15 shots with 7 on target for Huddersfield, with 12 with 5 on target for West Ham. Oh, definitely a lot of chances and a lot of chaotic chances that West Ham created. Obviously, on paper, they're the better team. But I think Huddersfield played pretty decent as well.
Yeah,
they just got lucky.
I think 1-1 was a pretty fair result. Neither team really took their chances. I know off the top of my head, I remember like Arnautovic was 1-1 with the goalkeeper and missed wide. I don't remember too many others. I know that they're like the goal that they scored was kind of like one of those that deflected everywhere sort of thing. Like they got like 3 or 4 chances to put that ball in the net, and finally Felipe Anderson did.
He's like, check this technique out.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I had West Ham winning, but I'm surprised, as like kind of shaky as their defense has been. I'm surprised that they gave up as many chances to this Huddersfield team as they did.
Mm.
So, but I mean, fair play to Huddersfield, and it's a point for them as well, obviously, that they need, because they're also down there towards the bottom of the table. So,
and I also think it's a little bit easier to break down because if let me double check the lineup for West Ham real quick. Yeah, that same formation. It's not a very defensive friendly formation, I believe. Still having Rice in the middle right there isn't promising, honestly. And you don't really have much of a midfield anyways when everyone else is basically going forward. I get Pellegrini's system and everything, but either switch the player out or maybe just drop another midfielder back there just for safekeeping, in my eyes. But that's just me. Let's keep moving, sir.
Yep.
All right. Crystal Palace, Tottenham, the not so big London derby. Spurs won 1-0 by Juan Foyth, scoring in the 66th minute, making up for his 2 penalties for last week. 35% possession going to Crystal Palace, with 65 going to Tottenham. 11 with 4 on target for Crystal Palace. 11 shots with 2 on goal for Tottenham. Oh, this is Tottenham, guys. They're here to stay. Barely winning games 1-0.
Yeah.
And surviving, I guess. They're still at the top of the table ish.
Yeah, they're still in
technically
4th, right? Yeah.
They're winning games. They're getting 3 points where they should be getting 3 points. But the difference is I guess the performances and what they should be getting, I guess, is what should be expected.
They're just not as comfortable victories as what we're seeing like above them in the table. Anyway.
And they probably have like a nice goal difference too, just because they probably have a decent one.
But they're only getting like 1 goal victories for the last like couple months.
But not like losing very many games too.
So like
though.
Arsenal below them have a better goal difference.
Okay, no, right by 1 though.
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
Like Arsenal have lost 2 games and then 3 draws, and they have a better goal difference.
Burnley has -13.
Yep.
Damn. Shoot, that's a turn of events.
Well, that's because all their wins are like 1, and all their losses are
5 now.
Yeah. Like 5 to City, 4 to Liverpool, right? I think.
Yeah. Well, there's not much you can do.
Four to Chelsea,
Crystal Palace, the team, they probably might have, shouldn't have given up that goal because when we were looking at it, like Van Aanholt, it was like right there. Could have jumped.
Well, yeah. Juan Foyth was like the only one that reacted to that ball.
Yeah.
That was, he was literally surrounded by like 4 Crystal Palace defenders, and then Van Aanholt was on the post and like didn't jump up to contest. If he had probably if he contests that header, it's probably still 0-0.
Yeah, most of those potential finishes or goal scoring opportunities for Tottenham, or most of the scoring opportunities were coming through Tottenham.
Yeah,
basically too. Harry Kane had a shot, and then Dele Alli had kind of coming off a cross where he probably should have put on target or put it on goal, but he tried to get to Harry Kane for some reason. So a lot of weird events that happened in this game where probably they should have won, maybe 3-1 or something like that, or at least 2. But I don't know. This seems a little too sloppy. But when they play United, they'll just blow them out, so it doesn't matter. This is true.
What does that tell you about United?
Oh, well, let's get into that right now. Manchester United, Manchester City. Manchester City won 3-1 with a goal opened it up in the 12th minute by David Silva. And then another goal by Sergio Aguero in the 48th. Penalty given up in the 58th minute, which Anthony Martial converted. How do you say Gundogan's first name? Ilkay Gundogan in the 82nd minute, or 86th minute, sorry. 65% possession going to Manchester City, 35 going to Man United. 17 shots with 5 on target for City, 6 with 1 on target for United. Yeah, for me, this is just not a good performance in general. Not just the way they set up, just before they even came out of the tunnel. It was just not that we were gonna lose. I'm fine with like going against a team where like obviously everything's like stacked against you, and I understand that. And obviously on paper right now, or just in general, like City is just better. But to go out there for a derby like this and to not really have any urgency or kind of just passion or something like that, you know what I mean? It's just there's no energy there, I guess. There's not really much in like the first 20 minutes of this game where literally City was like in United's half like the whole time.
I would say basically just like up until the first goal. I think that it balanced out a lot more like after the first goal.
Yeah, but still, there was no actual scoring opportunities too. That was another thing, and this is like Mourinho style football where nothing happens until someone crosses it into Fellaini and something ends up in the back of the net, which isn't a reliable system. I thought Fellaini actually did play pretty decently for his role, and I didn't think it was a good combination to put him, Herrera, and Matic in there together. I thought it would have been better maybe to sub on Fellaini later in the game and start Mata in the middle, just because Andres Herrera is going to be your kind of workhorse guy that's going to go box to box. Mata's going to create the chances, and Matic is just a solid just midfielder right there, and that can kind of direct traffic and interrupt that as well. But Lingard, I mean, I guess it was a smart move to take him out early, but I don't know. Just when I saw the front three, I was like, okay, we have pace obviously, but there's like nothing we did at all with it, and that was because of the midfield there's no creativity. I think Mata would have been the better choice to start in the middle, which again, there's a lot of rumors going on with him. Another switch with Arsenal, potentially with him and Aaron Ramsey, which would be interesting, but I don't know if that's a good idea. But yeah, very disappointing. Yeah, it seemed it was like watching City play against like a mid-table to like lower end team where it didn't seem like we had anything to offer. And that was like the most frustrating part, where we have guys that are potential to do stuff, but the way we are set up in the beginning is already failure. We're already set up to fail. So,
yeah, I agree that Mourinho got I think he got the tactics wrong. I guess you could kind of see what he was going for in the midfield, just like with Fellaini and Matic. I think one of the more telling things is that like after the game, Mourinho was saying that he was disappointed that he had to start Fellaini. That like he didn't have, basically what he said is that like he didn't have Fellaini to like come off the bench, and so like it was worse. United was in a worse position because they couldn't bring Fellaini off the bench. It's like, is that how far Manchester United have fallen? That like you need Marouane Fellaini every single time.
Yeah.
To
Mourinho needs Marouane Fellaini, and that's why I'm going to start the How to Fix United career mode series. Honestly, we could have ran like a 4-3-1-2 and had like Rashford and Martial up top, and then put Mata right behind him, or Lingard, and just have the three midfielders right there. There was just no creativity. We weren't getting wide, so it didn't matter about getting wide.
Yeah, I honestly felt bad for your front three.
There's no service.
Who was the third? It was Rashford, Martial, and
Lingard.
That's
Lingard,
right. Okay.
Right.
So like there were many times, specifically I remember a few with Marcus Rashford, where like he maybe would have dragged Walker or dragged Mendy out a little bit, and then like he plays it back to say Herrera, and then makes a run in the space, and like all Herrera needed to do is just like dink the ball over Laporte, or like just put it in that space and like let Marcus Rashford run, let Anthony Martial run, but like the whole time, like the whole midfield basically passed square or backwards like the whole game. And so like it wasn't that your front three like wasn't working hard or like was being forced. Like they were like literally making runs and just not getting the ball like the whole game.
Yeah. No, my whole gripe was like with the midfield, but like when you have that midfield, there's nothing like your front three is going to be able to do. Like they're trying to create stuff, but what's the point of passing to it if they're not going to get past? And like it's not that Herrera he's probably capable of making that pass, but the problem is the last like 2 years he's not like been able to have like that kind of freedom. Herrera like technically should probably be like a attacking midfielder, but the way we played with Mourinho, he's not been able to have that freedom because obviously Pogba, Mata being filling in those positions and stuff. So right now, I think it's obvious that it's a Mourinho thing, if anything, because I think if we had a manager with half a brain, he would have been able to put a lineup and a system in there we would have been able to give you a fight. And this whole game, we didn't give like anything.
It honestly feels like the sum of all of your like individual players is less than like what it should be. Yeah. It's like you guys have a better team on paper than the product you get on the field.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously that's probably down to Mourinho's tactics, but
I mean
I don't think they're going to get rid of Mourinho. So.
Ashley Young shouldn't be starting our right back. At worst, I don't even have a problem with Matteo Darmian playing right back again. Like, there's no reason why he shouldn't be playing right back. He's a natural right back. He's a natural fullback. And then, I mean, he plays for fucking Italy. I'm sorry. Like, dude, like, how does he go from, like, starting for Italy and then now he's like, I'm at United. I'm on the bench.
Hey
like,
guys. Hey.
Dilo, why do we bring him in? Like, what's the point? Like, and then why is Ashley Young playing? Like, it's not that I don't like Ashley Young needs to go. Smalling needs to go. It's not that they're terrible players. They're just not United quality in a sense. And I get like the entitlement to like being great or having a good team, but for what we pay for and what we support and the level that we support at, we should have like a better product on the field than this.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought Lindelof played decent. I can't think of a mistake off the top of my head, but he probably did make a mistake or two. Luke Shaw can literally do nothing. I thought it would have been like an interesting matchup, like what you said with Rashford and Mendy, but
because like Mendy,
there's
Mendy
nothing to watch really. But I get it. But
I understand like a little bit of how Pep's system works, but like Mendy is often forward. So like all what never came from United that I would have expected was just like to like just play the ball over the top and like because like Lingard, Rashford, and Martial, like there's good pace there. Like you just like ping the ball over the top every once in a while, like keep a couple people back, like keep them honest a little bit, because it got to the point where like everyone was pushing forward and you guys were still trying to like play through the midfield every single time. So like there was never like I can't remember a single time where anyone was like chased back. Maybe like the penalty for Lukaku was probably the only time. It was like ball over the top into Lukaku.
And then another thing too is like the midfield weren't looking for space. There was times where we would get possession of the ball, but we're pushing so far up that there's no one to pass to. So we got to pass it back to a center back or to the back line. I was like, is anyone going to find space here? I get like you're pressing, but hello.
Yeah.
Guys.
Quickly, I guess from a City point of view, I think after the first goal, I really don't think that we had that good of a first half. We definitely came out of the gates better than United, but they were pretty sloppy, I think, especially the last half of the first half. And then after that, it was, again, not that I think we were really playing that great, but a world-class finish from Aguero. Ederson for the
near
second
post
week
on
giving
that
away.
ball.
Yeah,
De Gea
literally straight over De Gea's
De
head.
Gea, well, not even, like it was straight over De Gea because De Gea didn't even have time to react. That's how fast that ball was.
Yeah.
So anyone could put their hand right there and block it, but like how fast that was, like, and then how accurate it was too, was insane.
Yeah. So like a world-class finish from Aguero, and then a really good like team goal at the very end, with Gundogan and like that cross in from Bernardo Silva. But I think City could have played better. And obviously we're still without like De Bruyne, and this was without Sane and without Riyad Mahrez. So, did Mahrez start this game? Who were the wingers? I think maybe he did, but I don't remember now.
It was Mahrez and Sterling.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm a United fan. I want to back my manager, but the first part, I didn't even want the manager in the first place. I mean, I told you this when we were getting rid of Van Gaal and the rumors were coming out about Mourinho. I was like, what are we upgrading to, dude? Like, there was no upgrade to that. And like, we got second in the league last year. Oh my God. We got lucky we got second in the league. But I wanted him out. I wanted him out since like the end of last year. I was like, okay, let's figure this out, guys. Why are we getting a contract extension? And then another thing too is too many United fans want like that level manager and like, oh, it's a big club. They're like, yo, dude, we're playing so bad. It doesn't even like our persona of the club or whatever the prestige of it is diminishing because of how bad managers are. We just bring a guy in that's young. I mean, not young, but has fresh ideas that can really get a team to play for him, I guess. And people have been throwing out like names here and there. There's been so many, but they're all the criticism or the counter to like those guys coming in is like, oh, he's never really managed a club this size. I'm like, dude, we're not even a club of that size anymore. Like, in my eyes, like we have to act like we're at the bottom, like from now on. I feel, because whenever I hate those videos on the what's it called, Full-Time Devils, or we're back. No, shut up, stop. We have not been back. We finished second in the league. The only time we're gonna be back is when we actually win the league. That's when we're back. I don't know. I'm ranting. Let's go.
I hope you guys keep Jose Mourinho forever.
I hope we don't. Arsene Wenger, my Jesus. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Fulham. Liverpool won 2-0 with a goal in the 41st minute by Mohamed Salah. And then a goal in the 53rd minute by Zidane Shaqiri. How do you say? Shirksan?
I think I've always said like Zerdan.
The X.
Zerdan, yeah.
Zerdan Shaqiri. God damn Swedish. In the 53rd minute.
First names that start with X should be outlawed.
Yes.
Unless it's Xavier, then you're okay.
Not even that.
Okay.
No, not allowed.
No exceptions.
73% possession going to Liverpool, with 27 going to Fulham. 21 shots with 7 on target, with 8 shots with 3 on goal for Fulham. Hey, they got 3 on target for Fulham.
Hey.
Still seem like they got kind of by. Even though you got to go with Salah, but I think it's good to get by with a Fulham, because I think if they would have played this way against any of the top 4 or top 5 teams, I don't think they would have gotten away. They probably would have given up a goal. I don't know what's going on with too much in the sense with Liverpool. It seems like Jurgen Klopp is trying like different midfield combinations, but it just seems like it's not working. I don't know. And then the obviously, if you look at the formation, with Salah starting as a striker with Firmino behind, that's interesting. I'm not too sure what he's trying to do there. But yeah, I mean, Shaqiri in the lineup, I don't know.
I've always thought that I guess I don't know what you were about to say about Shaqiri, but like I've always thought that Firmino is better in that number 10
Yeah.
than he is as like a number 9 striker.
Well, no, it's just the formation just doesn't look like the false 9 that he usually runs. This is what I'm questioning. Yeah. Maybe they wanted more guys put in the box, but with that, I think they probably could have still run the false 9. They probably could have ran, like, I don't know, maybe they could have figured out how to run 2 false 9s. It's still weird to see Wijnaldum that far back in their midfield because it's like obviously his past positions that he's played at Newcastle and PSV, I think it was that before. But yeah, it's a good win though. Still chasing, like not that far behind from City, and also they passed Chelsea this weekend, even though Chelsea jumped them last weekend. But yeah, it's a good victory for them. At least they're playing entertaining football-ish, and at least Liverpool fans are having a good time, even though I flipped that guy off at Old Chip this weekend.
Oh, the guy in Liverpool. I think on the Fulham side, they were very unlucky. I think that first goal, the first goal for Liverpool should have been disallowed for the rolling ball.
Oh, yeah,
at the beginning. And secondly, they scored straight from having Mitrovic wrongly ruled offside. So like they literally had the ball in the back of the net. Alisson went and picked it up and then kicked his goal kick without the ball ever stopping. And then Salah scored like 10 seconds later at the other end. So like there's a few things that should have definitely changed at least that goal. So maybe it would have been like a 1-1 game. I don't know that Fulham. I don't know that even that early I would have trusted Fulham to like keep it clean sheet. Like if that Mitrovic goal is given, like I don't know that they're gonna like keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. So like they probably don't win that game still, but it definitely could have changed things. Another case for maybe some VAR in the Premier League next season.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this just like
I don't know if VAR would it have prevented that goal with Alisson.
Well, they would have reviewed Mitrovic's goal.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it probably would have stopped play.
Mm.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing because they literally scored like 10 seconds after.
Yeah, because just the way. Because can they? They let the play go, but can they bring that back?
I don't know if they could have reviewed Salah's goal.
No. I meant like the not rolling the ball, rolling the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if they could have.
Yes, I'm saying. So if you can't prevent that, then there's nothing you can really do if they allow the play this.
But they would have reviewed. In theory, they would have stopped to review Mitrovic's goal.
I guess maybe.
So maybe the ref would have like blown it dead and then reviewed Mitrovic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what would happen there.
Yeah.
Because like, what if he lets play go on, and then Salah scores, but then like they go review the offside. Like, do they take that would be really weird. Do they like take Liverpool's goal? I guess they would have to.
They would have to. Yeah.
That'd be weird. Anyway,
that's the one they're gonna have to put as an example probably of putting VAR or explaining how the scenario would go.
Yeah.
They would use that.
So yeah, I think Fulham might or probably should feel a little bit hard done, but I mean 3 more points for Liverpool. Another team that I don't think has kind of like Spurs, but not to the same level of Spurs. But Liverpool haven't really been playing that well, like you said in the beginning. Like Klopp's kind of been tinkering a little bit, so like they are still getting results. But definitely not the same sort of free-flowing attacking football that we have become used to seeing from this Liverpool side. Yeah.
And maybe you're just trying something new this week, this experiment. But, I mean, if you're going to experiment against any team right now, you're going to experiment against the last place team. So that makes sense. Let's move.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Everton, a 0-0 draw, which was actually kind of somewhat entertaining. We watched the beginning of the game because where we were at, or the mid.
It would have been like the middle. I picked you up like right after it started, I think.
Yeah. Chelsea won possession with 69%. 69. With Everton having 31% possession. 15 shots with 4 on target for Chelsea. 6 with 1 on goal for Everton. But yeah, I thought it was, for a 0-0 game, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I think just finishing finishing was just off to that game. It'd be interesting to look at positioning on how those chances were created, I guess. But as of right now, I mean, I think Everton will walk away from this game and be like, oh, well, I guess we'll take the point.
Yeah, I guess it's definitely, I would say, a point earned for Everton and a point or 2 points dropped for Chelsea. If there was a team that deserved to win, it was Chelsea. Like Williams probably should have scored. Alonso hit the post once and like made a pretty made Pickford work pretty hard on the second shot, and yeah, I can't really think. Maybe the Willian one kind of sticks out to me as like one that Chelsea should have scored. But for the most part, it was kind of a bunch of half. This whole game was basically just a bunch of half chances that like maybe someone would have scored one of them.
It would have been like a really gnarly
goal,
if
they had scored, it would have been.
But it was
crazy.
Like nowhere near.
So just like this game was basically just 90 minutes of near misses, sort of thing. So so yeah, I mean it's like I said, a good point for Everton. I think Chelsea dropping at third now, with like the Liverpool victory and their draw. So still undefeated though. So like all three, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City are all still undefeated. And we're now like a third of the way through this season.
Yeah, and they're starting to like rotate through their lineup too because Fabregas even played this game, which I was like surprised to see. Let's keep moving, young man. Arsenal, Wolves, a 1-1 draw with a goal in the 13th minute by Ivan Calaviario. I said that right?
I think it's
Cavaliero.
Cavaliero.
And then they go in the 86th minute to save Arsenal by Henrik Mkhitaryan. Arsenal possess the ball 72% of the time, with Wolves possessing the ball 28%. So I think that was what Wolves probably wanted. 10 shots with 3 on target for Arsenal, with 13 with 5 on goal for Wolves. It's a close one. Very close one. Very fortunate that Patricio didn't dive for the Mkhitaryan goal because he basically misjudged it. And then the Aubameyang just, I mean, I don't know. The way he hit it, I guess. I mean, it would have been a really good goal too, but I mean, that was the only way he could have hit the ball. So going off the post kind of made it like, oh, it's not a goal.
I mean, like, I don't know. All he had to do was hit the target. He's literally like 6 yards from goal. All he had to do was put it like anywhere, and he would have scored.
Yeah, but it was kind of like behind him, right?
No, I don't really think so.
Like didn't go through his leg, and then that's why he flicked it with his back foot.
I don't think he did flick it with the back foot.
That's what he did.
He took it with his right foot, his front foot in that situation.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he straight missed it. Like he 100% should have scored it there, in my opinion.
Well, he hit the post.
Yeah, but he like literally, I would expect him to put that away blindfolded.
Okay, well, he didn't.
Yeah, he did not this time. But I think that miss was canceled out kind of by the Mkhitaryan goal because like that's not something that they like. That was a cross. That just like the goalkeeper couldn't move because I think he was expecting someone to head the ball, and no one did, and so like it ended up in the corner. I think that Wolves continue to be a little bit unlucky. I think they definitely missed their fair share of chances, and like didn't. There was a couple of times where they could have made just like one more pass and had it tap in and didn't take it.
Yeah, I think was it Neves or Costa that had the goal or not the shot on.
Oh, and Neves, Neves hit like the exact corner.
Yeah. Of the
goal.
Leno was not stopping that.
Right. Yeah.
He was praying.
So this was Wolves' first point since early October when they beat Crystal Palace 1-0. So they've had a kind of a run now of, I think, unlucky results. Like, I think that they should have beat Spurs last week. They lost 1-0 to Brighton and 2-0 to Watford. So those are all games where I think they were the better team. There's an argument to be made that they were the better team here. But I think Arsenal definitely deserved 1 goal out of this. It didn't come the way that it probably should have, but they did deserve 1 goal.
Well, even a good team that possessed the ball 38% of the time and used every single second that they used the ball, really.
Yeah.
28, actually.
28, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But like they still, with only 28% of the ball, like had 3 more shots and 2 more shots on target.
Yeah, but that's their style. Like I said,
Yeah.
like when I mentioned that's what they probably would have wanted out of this. But
So yeah, I think Wolves definitely need to start getting some results back. I do think we've talked about this a few times already that like Wolves have already banked enough points where like I don't think they have to worry about relegation unless they completely collapse, but they're definitely gonna want to get the wheels rolling again with some victories after the international break.
Yeah, so they got the international break, which is probably should probably help them out. Some rest with some of those guys because some of those guys don't get called up. And look, I mean, we're gonna look at who they're gonna play next week, and it should look good for them. Who
It does. They're playing Huddersfield.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, like in the last month or so, like these are games that they've not been winning either. So.
Yeah. But I mean, a good result against Arsenal too, though. Regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess from my perspective, I think that they've been unlucky. But I guess if you're thinking only because Wolves have been a much better team, because like they just came up. So like if this was even like Newcastle or who's the other team that came up this year?
Newcastle came up
Cardiff
last year.
Came up.
It was Cardiff and Fulham.
Okay, right. So like if this was Cardiff and Fulham getting a point, like this is at Everton, right? This is at the Emirates. Yeah. So like a point away to sorry, not Everton, Arsenal. A point away to Arsenal like is a good result for a recently promoted team. But like Wolves have been playing so well that like I almost already expect more from them, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So like I mean from the perspective of being a recently promoted team, this is a good result.
Yes.
And goes nicely alongside their 1-1 draws or 2-2 draw with City and 1-1 draw with United. So.
All right, let's do our other big game in Europe, which we forgot to preview last week, but it's okay. It's Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich, with Borussia Dortmund winning 3-2, making the Bundesliga interesting again. The goals were opened up by Robert Lewandowski in the 26th minute and also scored in the 52nd. Marco Roy scored a penalty in the 49th and in the 67th. And then the game winner by Paco Alcacer in the 73rd minute. 43% possession going to Borussia Dortmund, 57 going to Bayern Munich. 11 shots with 5 on target for Borussia Dortmund, with 11 and 3 on goal for Bayern. I don't know why they picked that color for them.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. I was like, why is this baby blue?
Is it baby blue? It's like
it
looks kind of like a greenish. Maybe because it's too transparent. Anyways, what a win, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who's in first place, Daddy?
Well, Dortmund were already in first place.
But regardless.
Dortmund.
No. This team is all firing at all cylinders, obviously. Definitely looking like a really dangerous team. And a very entertaining team as just with the young talent they have going on. This particular win, I think just Bayern is Bayern becoming a little too old?
I think that this year and the type of results that we're seeing from Bayern was inevitable. The way that they have spent in the transfer market, because like their wingers are still Ribery and Robin, and like Lewandowski is doing okay, but like he's north of 30 now, I think, right?
I think he just turned 30.
Okay, so he's 30 now. I think they are really missing Tolisso with like his season-long injury. Was it like was it MCL? I think it was.
Yes.
So like they're definitely missing some youth in midfield.
I mean, they brought in Goretzka.
Yeah. And they've been using Renato Sanchez a little bit more, but like the rest of it is Javi Fernandez, James.
James didn't play this game.
Yeah.
He was on
so
the
like
bench.
no James Rodriguez. I guess Robin didn't start in this game. He didn't even come on. But just in general, like their squad is aging quickly on them, I think. And it's been kind of unaddressed for a while. I don't think Serge Gnabry has been the answer on the wing that he was expected to be.
And you still have Coleman too.
Yeah, but he's injured too, isn't he?
But I mean, regardless, I'm
Kingsley
saying,
Coman,
I'm saying you still have Coleman.
And they let Douglas. I'm really surprised they let Douglas Costa leave to Juventus.
Yeah, and they lost Costa and they lost Vidal too.
Yeah, I don't know that Vidal's that big of a miss.
I don't know. He's doing pretty good with Barcelona.
Is he though?
I mean, he's playing midfield. So he's have to replace kind of what they have in the midfield there.
Who's he playing over? Like, he's not starting over like Busquets or Rakitic.
Well, yeah, because they have like a weird like. I think they were testing it out. They had like Author going in there. Obviously, Busquets is like the guy that's going to be in like the midfield for them right there, but he doesn't have to play a defensive midfield. He has abilities to go forward.
Yeah, I don't think they're missing Vidal. I think that their problems.
Well, I think another problem too is you're playing Martinez in the midfield. He's more of like a center back. He's kind of made that transition to like that position. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. In general, it's just Bayern have struggled for results. I think, and there's also been a lot of rumors of kind of discontent in the locker room, like a lot of conflict between some of the veteran players and the manager, such. And then Dortmund, meanwhile, they just keep outscoring people. I think that it really feels like this year they're gonna have enough to get over the line. I know it's early, and I hope that someone other than Bayern wins this year. But like, it really does feel like that Dortmund have this under control. Where the question marks come in for me are like European competitions, because they're still leaking goals. Like, they have a lot of wins this year. They're like 3-2, 4-3, 4-2 sort of things. So like, they're outscoring people in the league, but like, I don't know if that's sustainable in like the later stages in Europe.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to see.
But they're like probably the best. I would say like them and City right now are like the most entertaining teams to watch.
I don't know. I don't know anyone on the top of my head that I can think of. Like,
because like, I don't think I would normally put Liverpool up there as well, but like, I don't think Liverpool are playing that well at the moment.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid and Barcelona. Real Madrid and Barcelona, I guess. But Real Madrid haven't been playing that well. Barcelona just lost this weekend, and have dropped like a lot of points as well this weekend or this year in general.
Yeah, in Italy, you have your generic teams that you're probably going to be watching. France, obviously, you have Mbappe and Neymar with PSG, but that should happen every week, regardless of their form or not.
Right.
Premier League. The other entertaining teams that were in the Premier League that were doing pretty good this year so far was like Watford was pretty fun to watch. Wolves. But yeah, I mean, like at that level, yeah, for sure. Borussia Dortmund's up top, for sure. This is good. I'm happy that we're gonna see a new champion in almost 10 years.
I think there's no, it hasn't been that long.
It's almost.
Dortmund won what, 11 or 12?
That's almost 10 years though.
It's 6 years.
No, I don't think they won that year when they won the Champions League final.
Well, they lost the Champions League final.
Well, yeah, but I meant when they went.
They won like not that long ago.
Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Look it up.
I'm doing it.
Stats, ladies and gentlemen, for the Premier League this week. Sergio Aguero leads in goals with 8. He got the one this week to put him ahead for sure now, with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with 7 and Eden Hazard with 7.
It seems to be like a kind of a slow. I don't know. I guess like 8 goals in 12 games is obviously a good return, but like, I don't know. For some reason, it just seems like it's really a slow start. I feel like just a few games into the season, we already had people on 5, and now it's like taken like 2 months, and now we're getting just now to 8.
Well, I mean, Richarlison has 6 right now, but he missed like 3 games, so he probably could have had more. Harry Kane, they're playing really bad. Sadio Mane has 6.
Had a good start, but slowed down.
Martial has 6, surprisingly.
Yeah, and he's got what, like 4 or 5 in the last few weeks.
Yeah. Glenn Murray has 6. Salah still has 6 for how bad he's playing. Raheem has 6. Callum Wilson has 6.
Maybe it's just like more teams are getting their goals from like.
Yeah, it's getting. Yeah.
Like there's not like, maybe I guess still Harry Kane at Spurs, but like for them everywhere else, like I guess we're getting a lot of goals from all over the place. So.
Yeah, because like City, I mean, you guys have like more guys that are scoring goals that are not Sergio Aguero. I mean, Sergio Aguero's in 1st, obviously, and then Raheem's in 10th. Riyad Mahrez has 4 in 22nd. David Silva's at 4 in 27th. You have 3 with Leroy Sané. So, I mean, it's kind of spread out. Gundogan is in 53rd with 2. So, it's like everyone's kind of getting goals. Ryan Fraser leads the league in assists with 6. Sergio Aguero continues to lead the league with 54 shots. Idrissa Gueye is still leading the league with tackles with 57. Followed by the repeated second and third place guys. Aaron Wan-Bissaka with 45. And Mohamed Diame with 42 tackles. Aymeric Laporte continues to lead the league with 7 clean sheets. And Subijot Had continues to lead the league with saves with 53. Manchester City leads the league with 10 wins. Liverpool and Spurs are right behind them with 9. Fulham leads the league with losses with 9. Manchester City continues to lead the league with shots with 246. West Ham United leads the league in tackles with 242, with Huddersfield with 237 and Crystal Palace with 235. Chelsea leads the league in passes with 8,706, and Burnley continues to lead the league with long balls with 894. And those are your stats for the week.
I'm still looking at they won the 11-12. Dortmund won 11-12 for sure. I'm trying to find if the Wikipedia thing said they're like, oh, they successfully defended their title next year, but I don't think they won back-to-back. Champions. Here we go. Are you ready for this? Why is that 76 to 77? No one cares about that. Bro, what is happening right now?
Dude, why don't you just Google Dortmund?
I did, and it wouldn't give me a. Wikipedia was lying to me. Oh, it's because this list goes sideways. Never mind. I got it. Dortmund won 10-11 and 11-12. So that's 6 years ago. Thank you very much. 7. This is the 7th year.
7 years ago.
That's not almost 10. That's closer to 5.
7. 7's closer to 7.
Okay. That was real philosophical there.
All right, young man. Previews. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. First game of the week. Brighton versus Leicester City at Amex Stadium. Who you got? 11 versus 12.
I'm going to go with Leicester.
Ooh.
Brighton are finally maybe receding back to the norm.
And the waters receded.
Glenn Murray is not overperforming anymore. So.
And the seagulls receded.
Sure. And Leicester are just a better team. And I still think that they should have won their first game at home since everything that happened. And I think they're just have an extra drive right now. I believe that.
Hove Albion has receded. Yeah, I'm going to go with Leicester too.
Okay.
Just because they're the better team. Even though they're probably going to dominate in possession, which scares me. But what we saw last week with who did they play last week? Who did they play last week again? Was it No, it wasn't Bournemouth.
I almost said Huddersfield, but I don't think that's right either.
No. Regardless of who they played last week, they controlled the game basically. They just needed the chances to finish, or just to finish the chances. But yeah. 78% going to Leicester, 7 going to draw, 15 going to Brighton.
Burnley last week.
Burnley. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving, young man. Everton versus Cardiff City at Goodison Park. Who you got? 9 versus 18.
I'm going to go with Everton. I know Cardiff have got a couple good results over the last few weeks, but Everton played well at times in their game last week against Chelsea. I definitely think that being at home, they'll be able to overcome Cardiff.
I'm going to go with Everton too. I feel like they're actually playing pretty decent now. Especially last week, they figured out how to get a draw. That was good. And I think Cardiff, this is the week they reality check. So Everton has 86%, 4 going to a draw, 10 going to Cardiff.
Dang.
No respect. Woo! I'm glad about this game a little bit. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. We got 8 versus 16 at Old Trafford. Who you got?
As poor as Manchester United have been, I'm still going to go with Manchester United here. I just don't think that, I don't think they're quite ready to hit rock bottom.
Oh.
So I'm going to give them, the international break, they're going to rest up a little bit, get some time off a little bit, relax, get away from Jose Mourinho. If this had been the next week and not 2 weeks later, I think I would actually go for a draw. But because you guys would have been probably still without Pogba. So, but with the extra week off, you might get Pogba back. And yeah, like I said, you're just gonna be better rested, time away from Mourinho, cool off, relax. So I'm gonna go with United.
Okay, I'm gonna go to United too, as always. 85 going to United, 4 going to a draw, 11 going to Crystal Palace. I think we're just gonna overwhelm them, honestly. So.
Who was the last team you guys overwhelmed? Exactly.
Who do we?
You guys beat Bournemouth, but I wouldn't describe that as being overwhelmed. It was Bournemouth couldn't put the ball in the back.
We
of the net.
overwhelmed Newcastle in the second half. There you go.
Okay, that's fair. 3 goals in 1 half. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one on the wire. There you go.
Pew, 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 pew. Let's keep moving. Watford, Liverpool at Vicarage Road. 2 versus 7. Who you got?
I'm gonna go for a draw. I feel like Watford are due. They've had a kind of a run of not bad performances but bad results recently. Going back I guess about a month or so now to their win against Wolves. Yeah, so they've dropped points in the last 3 games, going back to the October 20th game against Wolves. So I just feel like Watford are due, and as we've talked about many times, I really don't think Liverpool are playing that well. They just haven't. They just don't have the fluidity to them that we're used to seeing over the last couple of years. And I think that Watford being at home can take advantage of that and finally get themselves more deserved point. I don't think they're gonna beat Liverpool, but I think that they deserve a point against a big team like that.
I'm gonna go Liverpool 2. Oh, I'm gonna pick Liverpool, not Liverpool 2. Just because I think this is where just Watford is just gonna slump a little bit, and I don't think this is a good game to come back from after this international break as well. Yeah, and the only way they're gonna they'll win this game is if they go through counterattacking through the middle like they've done in the past. But that's a possibility, but I'm not gonna take that chance.
I would guess that most of the Liverpool players are gonna be playing at least once, maybe twice in the international break, and Watford aren't gonna have anyone playing. So I'd give them an edge there as well. Yeah, they're gonna be much better rested, because I don't think Decore gets called for the French team, and Troy Deeney once in a blue moon gets called.
Yeah.
Daily
Faye's not gonna get called up. Will Hughes not gonna get called up. Pereira might, because he's Uruguayan, so there's a possibility for him.
Maybe, yeah.
Backline wise, not that I know.
Holebas for Greece, probably.
Yeah, Holebas. He's getting up there though. I think he might have retired internationally.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. In any case, I think that Watford are definitely going to be better rested, even though it is a long break for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, 88 going to Liverpool, 3 to a draw, 9 going to Watford.
That's a little bit. I think that one's a little bit ridiculous. Watford definitely have a better than 9% chance.
We'll see. All right, we got a little reunion going on in this one. West Ham versus Manchester City at London Stadium. We got 1 versus 13. Who you got, sir?
I love me some Manuel Pellegrini.
Oh, you buy your ticket this week? You're gonna buy your ticket?
I'm not buying my ticket.
You didn't bring your conductor's hat?
No, I did not. No. This train is never gonna leave the station because Manchester City gonna show up and just blow the whole thing up. So obviously I have to go. I'm torn between Guardiola and Manuel Pellegrini, but we're gonna come beat the crap out of them. Right? we're gonna get. We might get another 4 or 5. It was really not that long ago that we put that many past.
I would say
West
you
Ham.
get 4 or 5 if West Ham plays that formation, but if Pellegrini actually sets them up for success in this game, I could probably see max 3.
Max 3, you think? I think we can get 4. I'm gonna go with City. Obviously, I mean we're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go City too. I'm just saying. I would like if Pellegrini, like I said, it sets up right and doesn't have the same formation and the same lineup as he's had in previous weeks. I think
the benefit for us is that
I think you guys can get 6 or 7 if they set up like that.
We can. I think we can get 6 or 7 on any given day. But I mean, is that not true?
No. I mean specifically against this team with their setup.
Okay.
Is what I mean. I'm not just totally disrespecting West Ham like that.
I mean, they're bottom kind of portion of the table.
Yeah, technically, but they shouldn't be that far down.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, at some point, you are what your record says you are. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, City has 82%. 3 going to a draw, 15 going to West Ham.
Whatever.
There's a lot of West Ham fans.
Whatever.
We got Fulham versus Southampton at Craven Cottage. We got 17 versus 20. Just like Charlie Austin said, we got a big game coming up after the international break. And it is. Who you got?
Well, Southampton suck. They were a little bit unlucky in their last game to not go 2-0 up before. Who was it that scored against? I don't know who they're playing. But before the equalizer, Watford. Right, yeah. However, Fulham suck. So I'm going to go with Southampton. Fulham just they can't get it together. And I think Southampton are just not only are they a better team, they're also a more experienced team. In you saw the percentages or whatever. So I'm gonna go with Southampton. I think that they're gonna have enough to get over the line.
I'm gonna go with a draw.
Okay.
I think it's a easier or more of a safe choice. But the One Football app does not agree with either of us.
There's no way. I don't care that this is a home game for Fulham. Clearly, no one that voted on the One Football app has watched Fulham play in the last 2 months.
Okay, well, 40% going to Southampton, 12 going to a draw, and 48 going to Fulham.
Okay, that math does check out. Okay. So they have it as basically 50-50. That's within the margin of error.
Okay. Is this game of the week?
In England, yes.
Okay. So we got it's a London derby. I don't know what out of all the London derbies, which one is? How far is this up the list?
3.
3? Okay.
Because I would put Chelsea Arsenal above it, and I would put Arsenal Tottenham at the top because those people hate each other. It's true though.
All right, we got Tottenham Spurs versus Chelsea at Wembley Stadium. We got 3 versus 4. Big game, obviously. Who you got?
Chelsea. It's actually pretty easy for me because I've been on this that Tottenham are not playing well. They've been lucky that they've played Brighton, Huddersfield, teams like that.
Are you here for the Chelsea?
I am here for the Chelsea in this game. I think that is Eden Hazard going to be back yet from?
He was back last week. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He started last week.
If Hazard's back and playing a full game, I think Chelsea will be able to put Tottenham to the side.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the draw.
Okay. Who's sitting on the fence now, huh?
Well, I'm sitting on the fence because I feel Tottenham have not just been playing poor, but they've been also very lucky, and luck plays a lot for me. So I feel with what Chelsea offers in their backline, their mistakes are going to be made. Either it's going to be this game or any other game after this. Regardless, I want to take my chances on there going to be a mistake this game and give a draw to Tottenham, or give the draw or the favor. I mean, in a way, yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised if Tottenham beat them. So, One Football app does not agree with me, but it agrees with you. 58% going to Chelsea, 8 going to a draw, 34 going to Tottenham. Next game, sir?
Yep.
We got Bournemouth versus Arsenal at Vitality Stadium. We got 5 versus 6. A lot of like back-to-back positions going on this week. Or maybe it was just the last two. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Arsenal. Bournemouth had disappointed me twice in a row, I think, with just like being unable to beat teams that are more on their level. And Arsenal have been kind of they've been on an unbeaten run for a while now, but like their last few results have been draws. And I kind of feel like they're due to like break out and get themselves like 3 goals, So I'm going to go with Arsenal. You're going to go for a draw.
I'm going to go with Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Arsenal obviously offers a lot going forward. But they're also they can be split open. It's not like Bournemouth. It doesn't have the abilities to counterattack. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth actually won this game and pretty handily too, honestly.
Handily?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the One Football app definitely agrees with us with 85% going to Arsenal, 3 going to a draw, 12 going to Bournemouth. Wolves, Huddersfield, Town, Monolex Stadium. That's how you say it, right?
Yep.
We got 11 versus 19. Who you got?
At some point, Wolves are going to win the game. So it has to be this week.
Okay.
Because like they keep playing teams on their level or below and like having 100,000 shots and only 2 on target or like hitting the post like they did against Arsenal. Like Neves hitting the post like that or whatever. So, like, Wolves are due points. So, I'm going to go with Wolves.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Wolves, too. Huddersfield obviously struggle scoring. It's going to be interesting because Wolves will probably dominate in possession. But if they really want to probably open up Huddersfield, they would probably be like, hey, here's the ball, guys. Score. So yeah, context. I was blinking. 1-9. 82% going to Wolves, 5 going to a draw, 13 going to Huddersfield. Last game of the week, possibly could be the Bournemouth game.
Battle of Attrition 2.0.
The snooze fest. We got Burnley versus Newcastle, Turf Moor. We got 14 versus 15. Actually, wow, we have quite a bit of those back position games. Burnley obviously falling down the table. But who you got?
I believe the word you're looking for is tumbling down the table.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna be nice.
I'm actually gonna go with Newcastle because every time I pick them, they seem to win, or every time I pick against them, they seem to win games. So by picking Newcastle, I guess therefore that means I'm picking Burnley because the opposite's gonna happen. Whenever I try to make a prediction on Newcastle. I just like my head says that this is probably going to be a draw, but my heart is that Newcastle should be higher on the table than they are, as poorly as they've played at times this season. Like I think that like they are going to stay up, so that they need to get results against teams like this if they're going to do it. So I'm going to go with Newcastle.
Okay. Well, I remember watching this exact game at Turf Moor last year, and I believe Burnley won. But also Newcastle is hitting a good stride, but unfortunately also
kind of.
Yeah, I mean last 2 weeks, good stride.
They won 2 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not confuse that with 2 good performances.
Yeah, but two results that are building up confidence, sir. Okay. Unfortunately, you have international break to break that up, but that can also benefit them. Like, oh man, guys, we just barely came out alive with those 2 wins. Let's like relook at this and stuff, and you know what people do. But I'm gonna make this interesting, and I'm gonna go with Burnley on this one.
Oh,
because guess what Burnley does, baby?
I think that's the only game that we picked against each other. Like someone either picked if our predictions don't match, someone picked a draw. This is the only game where we picked against each other.
I'm gonna go with Burnley because what do Burnley do, Jacob?
Long balls.
No. They swing them long balls, sir.
Excuse me.
All right. Do it 69 times a game.
Exactly that many?
Yes.
Okay.
Average. One Football app does agree with you and not with me. 48 going to
wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Newcastle. 12 going to a draw. 40 going to Burnley. It's even though because it's 14 versus 15. So
Yeah, but like I would have expected it to give the edge to the home team.
14 versus 13
That was 14 versus 15.
or 15, whatever, same thing.
15 does not equal 13.
I don't
15 equals 9.
Big games in Europe this week. Let's do it. Yeah.
We have one game
Oh, just one.
outside of England.
What is that?
In Spain this weekend.
España.
Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid.
Do they call this a derby at all?
I don't think so. I don't think that these teams have any sort of like rivalry with each other.
Okay.
I guess there's kind of there probably is still kind of like a political tilt to this game a little bit. Kind of like with everything that's been happening in Catalonia over the last like couple of years, and like Madrid obviously being like the capital. Like I'm sure there's like a little bit of political edge there, but
Well, I think that's more or less with Real Madrid.
like Real Madrid, like it's like they hate each other already.
Well, but a lot of that stems from like even goes back to the Spanish Civil War and everything. So
Yeah.
But I would a lot of those Atletico Madrid fans are kind of like anti-Madrid. So I don't know. We'll see. Or you would have to talk to someone on the ground. I don't. Wanda Metropolitana.
Yeah, it's their new
Politino.
stadium, new Atleti's new stadium.
I haven't played in that one yet. We got 1 versus 3. Who you got?
I'm actually gonna go with Atleti.
Ooh.
They are obviously the home team. They have not really been getting the greatest results in La Liga either, but they're only a point back if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're only a point back at Barcelona. Barcelona coming off a 4-3 loss at home to Betis. So their defense has proven leaky recently. And I think that Atletico Madrid definitely have the talent to expose that. I guess Messi will be back for this game, I think, right?
He was back last week.
Yeah. So that is a plus for Barcelona. But I think that the defense is going to be a problem. And Atleti is a team that is traditionally, as I nearly dropped my pen on the ground, is traditionally defensively solid. I think they've been suspect at times this year. I don't think they've defended as well this year as they have in the past. But I think I'm going to go with Atleti. And get a little, like, Griezmann celebration in there.
Well, definitely good defense. They've actually conceded the least amount of goals in La Liga at the moment.
Really?
But they haven't really scored many either.
They have a lot of, like, 1-1 draws, yeah.
So that's why I'm going to go with Barcelona.
Okay.
Just because they got Messi back. Last week was kind of Messi coming back. I think Betis is a lot better team than what they are on the table, honestly. They shouldn't be that far down, and I think they'll probably swing into form after that win. And, yeah, Messi hat-trick, baby.
You just predict that every time Messi's on the field.
Well, Messi's a god.
I mean, this is
And
true.
this is
like,
one thing you have
he
to
does not score a hat-trick every game.
It's not just one thing you have to know. It's one thing you have to accept, Jacob. Accept Messi's hat-tricks, all right? When Messi hat-tricks, he thinks of you.
When Messi hat-tricks.
When Messi hat-tricks, he thinks of you and says, this is for Jacob.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. But the dude doesn't score hat-tricks that often anymore.
Well, it does not matter because the One Football app also agrees with me, sir. And please do not rage quit right now because we got 24% going to Atletico Madrid, 6 to a draw, and 7 to Barcelona.
70% chance of Barcelona winning this game? No way. No way. No way. Absolutely not.
The United Arab Emirates versus Egypt game has been postponed.
Why?
I don't know. It just says postponed.
Okay.
I just want to say
that was some great insight.
Well, because like I looked at this and then I was like, why is there a caution sign on that one? So that's been it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been our previews and predictions of the week for all the big games. We should just look into like smaller games, I guess.
You mean like smaller leagues?
Well, yeah, but like for like rival games, I guess. There's probably like matched or derbies like all going on all the time. I think River
There
Plate,
probably are, but like
River Plate and Boca Juniors. I think it just played last
I
past week.
couldn't
too.
tell you anything but like the team's name, or like I couldn't tell you how they're doing or anything like that.
Well, we just pick off of like, oh, let's just go with them.
Because well, like the Copa Libertadores final, second leg of the finals coming up, I think, before like the international break is over, maybe right after the international break is over.
Okay.
So it's like, and this year it's River Plate versus Boca, so it's like
Oh, I thought
highly
that
contested.
was this past week too.
That was the first leg.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2-leg final.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's been it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, that has been Across the Pond, where two American boys talk about the worldwide world of soccer/football. If you haven't already, please like the video. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the College Avenue channel. If you're on the audio versions, thank you for listening on SoundCloud, Google Play, or iTunes podcasts. Go ahead and do all that good stuff with 5-star reviews, hearts, and follows, and rigmaroles. And that has been it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I have been the host, Richard Radio, joined by the man with the noggin, Jacob Bullard. We shall see you in the next installment of Across the Pond. Which are we going to take a week off of this, I guess?
It depends on whether or not you want to talk about the Champions League.
Okay, maybe we'll do that next week then. Cool. We shall see you guys later. Bye.
Nanu.
Nani?